Welcome back, everyone, to Thieves Incorporated, now on session 12, and our fourth week in a row, which is odd.
Considering all the plans we have next week, we're going to have 5 in a row.
Mm-hmm. Unless
Yeah.
has to call in or something like that.
Yep. Or unless my flight's canceled.
That would also be a concern.
Yep. I doubt it'll happen, but, you know. What happened last time?
Let's go around the table. Theron, what happened to you?
I didn't do much other than feel quote unquote sick and tired. lots of tired. Also magic bow.
Magic bow.
Ah, okay. Paimon, what happened with you?
I begged on the street again.
Oh.
You made quite the decent amount of change with that, too, if I remember.
True, but it may be pocket change, but it's more pocket change than we had.
Well, I mean, you say pocket change, but I think combined she made about 20 gold or something like that.
This is true.
I think a little less than that, but yeah, around that.
Yeah, it was a lot more than I remember Maddie giving it credit. Because she did that like the entire session.
Yeah, the entire session, just like I begged for money.
It's
getting alms box or something like that, and just alms for the poor.
You're
please.
talking. Listen, I'm the guy who's pulling night shifts with this character. I'm not gonna knock anyone for making some extra cash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no,
I literally have no legs to stand on. I mean, that's how
we are all broke.
Yep. Ticker, what about you?
I learned some things and cleared my name.
All right.
Or at least you might have.
I got my reward was clearing my name. I probably still have someone after me, but you know.
Yeah. As for Skirvo, Skirvo had also learned quite a few things, but most importantly, he achieved his most desired item. He got his Duchess back. He got his ship back, but he also learned that Clara is A, a vampire, B, apparently vampires exist. That's a new species. And C, he also learned of a new monster of some kind, known only as Vlad the Impaler, and there's and we believe that more information can be learned from this strange quote, to quote the man we were speaking to, space clown, who is apparently in the neighborhood. Which as a player, I find that heavily concerning, but
yeah, I know, right?
Still, I say we go after the blue orb first.
Yeah, because
I mean,
competition's going after it, and we can't allow that.
Yeah, and
also going out of the city gives us a chance to scout for a location to put the Duchess.
Yeah, at least overnight or something like that, because we should probably, if we're moving out of that house, we should probably figure out a place to have Clara stay during the day when we're out and about. Because
are we going to move our couple of things that we have set up in the house after we get the boat set up, or before? The sack of purple worm poison and our doorbell.
First of all, as it serves right now, the Crimson Duchess is pretty much a glorified storage locker that we can sleep in. But because how the magic works is that you can actually you can store things on it as long as they aren't alive, and you can still compress it. So we can literally just throw the purple worm poison and anything else we don't carry on our person.
What I was saying is, should we get the barrel of purple worm poison and the doorbell?
I say we
now
should.
or later.
I say we should throw that in the hold as soon as possible, at least as soon as we plan on moving out, because here's the big thing. I've become a bit worried as of late that you guys might be thinking that Skirvo's okay with just letting the ship sit there as Clara uses it as a home. You do realize that Skirvo spent at least 700 years trying to get this thing back, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're he's not letting that thing out of his sight. So when we're not sleeping in it, it is going back in his chest.
It'd also make it a very, very good storage locker for everything.
Exactly. It is limited only by the storage space of the vessel,
Which is
and
gigantic.
which is a lot. It is a Spanish galleon, which is not a small ship.
Even if it was a small ship, it's still more than what we had.
Yeah, but
by a significant margin.
Yeah, but the problem is that our the biggest problem
basically is just a significantly larger bag of holding.
Yeah. With the you know what it is? It's pretty much a portable hull. We have to find a sufficient space to flatten it out.
Mm-hmm.
Except, we also have to worry about the Z-axis. So I feel like
if we have a bag of holding on the ship when the ship shrinks, does it do the whole portal to the astral plane explosion stuff that portal hole and
no,
I do not believe so.
Because technically shrinking the ship doesn't transport it to the astral plane. It's just like casting like a mass reduce type spell.
Yep. Yeah. I'll need to
better than a portable hole.
I'll need to double check the rules for that because I'm not even sure if you can compress the ship with like a warforge on it. Like I don't know if it has similar rules in that regard or if it just flat can't be alive and moving.
Right.
I have no clue, and I'll have to double check that because granted, I'm not sure we would ever want to do that, but the prospect of storing Skirvo on his own ship does sound.
Well, how would we be able to shrink the ship if you were on the ship? Doesn't it shrink down and go inside you?
No. The way Skirvo, the way it works is that when it's it turns into a small item that Skirvo then stores within himself.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't actually enter Skirvo. It is a thing. He could literally put it in his pocket, but he doesn't because that's not where it was designed to go. Also, it's safer to keep it where he keeps it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, if they breach that part, he's probably dead anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, yeah. So step number 1, if we're abandoning this, we should again figure out what we're going to do with Clara if we're going to go on meandering into the desert to find the blue orb. That is something we absolutely should do.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure it's the best idea to leave Clara here by her lonesome. I mean, we could do that if she's okay with that, but I'm not sure it's the best idea.
What about Halligan? We trust Halligan.
Well, number 1, I'm not sure he wants to do that again, and number 2, the fact that we are now armed with the information that she's a vampire is probably going to cause some problems. In fact, I feel like it would actually benefit us if Skirvo went around to see if he could find something to number 1 who could feed her, and number 2 probably sympathize with the whole monster thing, which is probably going to end up being Anastasia again.
Hey, I just imagine that whole conversation. You just walk in, hey, darling.
Yeah.
So I have this vampire child I need you to look at.
Hello.
Thanks, bye.
Hello. Do you
run a daycare?
Can you watch children, or do you know someone who can? Failing that, do you know someone who can? It's a vampire, and I'm not sure. So, special needs, but special needs in the form
Wait a second.
that she bursts
Wait a second.
into
No, the
flames.
Medusa's perfect. If she gets accidentally turned to stone, you just say, leave her in the statue form till we get back for safekeeping. Then you get the potion out.
Isn't being turned into a statue a traumatizing experience, though?
I don't know. Like I said, if it accidentally happens, just leave it that way for a few days till we get back.
Admittedly, that does sound like the most amazing adoption, like the most amazing frickin' daycare system I've ever heard of. Just oh yes, oh yeah, they were wonderful. They were quiet the whole time.
Just glares at them.
Yeah. Come back
They all
again soon. Did you have fun at Anastasia's daycare? I did, but I don't remember playing too much.
I don't remember doing anything, really.
Yeah. I remember taking a nap.
Nap time.
All right, children, nap time. Glare. One kid succeeds the wisdom save. Oh crap. This is not gonna.
Glare again.
Look right, honey, look into my eyes. I know everyone tells you not to, but look directly into my eyes. Yeah, so
Shoot, what time of day was it last time? I think it was like
Evening,
okay,
probably.
you guys.
yeah, it was getting close to evening because we left off while we were still at
Oh yeah, so you're
At-
still at Bellatros's place.
yeah, at Bellatros's place. We were still. I wasn't sure when. Oh yeah, I had one last question to ask, and I think that'll probably end up being the last of what he'll allow me to get, what he'll give me. Because I was going to inquire if he in fact had a way to track this Griswold, or at least get in contact with them. Since you seem to know that they're in the area.
As much as I disfavor having this Griswold in my area, I must say that I do not. It is very hard to track her. So let's say taking a look into perhaps a crystal ball. I guess better word for you is scrying their position. It seems not possible. Every time I do, I get a strange visage of of what appears to be a puppet, and then it just fades to black. So,
Chris Wald's pranking him with Gree. I love it.
so, as far as finding her, I believe the only way that she'll be found is if she wants to find you. And if so, I truly am sorry for your position.
Sorry, just all this talk of Griswold coming back potentially in this campaign is just endlessly hilarious to me. Mostly because like compared to the Throughout Time party, she was the cheerleader of the group. She was pretty much Daphne.
Pretty much.
But like compared to this group, she might as well be God. She has way too much power at her fingertips, and this party cannot handle that.
Yeah, definitely not.
Oh boy. Well, I forgot this gentleman's name. It'll come to me.
Belladros.
Belladros, thank you. For some reason, I kept thinking it started with an A. I was one letter off. Well, thank you for your time, Mr. Belladros. We shall be off now. You have a good evening now.
Oh, I will, as he takes a glimpse at the emerald dragon orb that you've kind of given to him.
Yep. Yeah, we're we're basically his top unit right now. And
You're his favorite employees. You guys just earned first place for employees of the month.
That would be so freaking funny. The next time we come in, it's just employee of the month, and it's just apparently a stalker photo of all of us standing there. So, anyways, we shall take our leave and leave Belladros to his devices that are obviously devious, but we all rolled our insight checks and failed, so.
Mm-hmm. You're like, nah, he's believable. He's not sus.
Nah. He just wants to see what's behind the door. He's nothing nefarious here.
He's only collecting.
We only signed a contract. I've never seen his face or see. He has exorbitant amounts of magic, and it's just like he's just an eccentric.
Mm-hmm. He's only collecting orbs of dragonkind for research purposes.
Yeah. Yes. I'm not gonna lie. As like if that was a plot twist, like that would be the biggest plot twist if it turned out Belladros was just a dude.
He really was just a scientist.
Yeah. He was just an eccentric scientist, but he wasn't like a demon or a god or anything nefarious. He was just a dude. Like he wasn't even he was just like, I just need to know what's behind the door for cataloging purposes. And then we're just like, then why'd you make everything sound evil? Well, I didn't mean to. I apologize if it came across that way.
He opens the door and he actually just catalogs everything. He's like, you mean you're not going to become an evil overlord? Like, I told you.
Heavens, no. That would interfere with all my research.
I told you it was for cataloging purposes. Didn't I? Yes.
That would honestly be such a slap in the face.
The ability to speak does not make you intelligent.
Yeah. He's just like I always like it never turns out that way, but I always think how funny it would be if it turned out that they were just a guy. Just no nefarious thing, just I'm just a weirdo doing the weird thing I love. But obviously he's evil. So anyways, we take our leave, and since it is the evening, I suspect we shall be taking our leave home. It's probably still a good couple hours till my shift, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So enough time to get home and make a game plan for tomorrow before I have to head out?
Yeah, probably.
All right. Because I feel like we should definitely come up with a game plan, considering that we have our that we not only have a ship, but we have a Clara to deal with, and we might want to consider going to collect that pearl before the other team does.
Mm-hmm.
So that we
Just remember, the ship is free real estate.
Yeah, no, exactly. We want to find a good defensible position for it, so that way we don't get immediately accosted by a purple worm and wreck the boat. Like, we do not have the money to put in the resources to repair the Duchess.
Yeah.
We wouldn't need to repair the Duchess, but I really would rather not have to repair the Duchess. That would make that would make Skirvo a not happy Skirvo. That would in fact make a blind rage Skirvo. And that dude's already teetering on the edge of sanity, so we don't need to push him any farther.
Oh.
So, we make
Any
our
places
way...
you wanted to go before you go? Any single one of you, or no?
No.
I'd
Pick up
like
something,
to
visit
acquire.
something.
I'd like to acquire some more rations. So I'm gonna buy those.
All right.
We'll just do
Alright.
that as a. We'll do that as like we can do that as like a mini thing, so that we don't have a.
Yeah. We don't.
Yeah. It's a mini thing. So
Yeah.
Ticker just heads off to Trader Jonathan's
Yeah.
and meets with Harry Harrison. How many rations did you want to buy?
Let me check.
Yeah. Much as I love these characters, we spent way too long with them.
The shopping episode returns.
10 sets.
2.0.
10 days of rations.
I am never going to let anyone live that down, especially myself.
10 days of rations, which comes out to 3 gold.
Yep. He'll definitely have just only 10 days worth of rations.
Okay. That's all I wanted to buy.
Is there like something specific you wanted, or?
No, I just wanted to buy rations.
Okay.
And thankfully, thanks to one of his infusions, I no longer need to procure ammunition, so I can now just save up money for personal repairs.
Yeah.
Which,
Upgrades, people.
And
Upgrades.
because I now have a lightning launcher, I don't really need ammunition anymore. I can still use it if I want to, but I don't really necessarily need it.
I mean, at this point, you can even just ask Skirvo for some spare shells.
Well, except his
actually,
gun
no,
doesn't
no,
take
you
the
can't,
same
because
ammo.
yeah, we don't take the same ammo.
Because
That's right.
You have a flintlock pistol, and I have a
Yeah, that's right.
a break action one.
Yeah. Somehow I forgot that. But I'm debating whether or not I want to have Skirvo pop into Anastasia's real quick to. You know what? He might as well. He might as well, as much as this is already showing a bad sign.
Go say hi to your girlfriend.
Yeah. This is how shopping episode Mark II starts. I swear.
2.0 now with 100% more.
Yeah.
More
100%
shopping.
what?
100% more shopping.
Shopping.
Yeah,
episode
shopping
2.
episode Mark II.
Shopping
Yeah.
episode 2, Electric Boogaloo.
No. We'd call it the Revengeance.
I like electric boogaloo.
And then we have
Shopping episode 2, the Revenge. Shopping episode 3, the Revenge of Shopping episode.
Yeah. The shopping strikes back.
Shopping episode 4, the Force Awakens.
Right.
A new shop.
Oh my god. Shopping episode 5, a new shop opened.
No. Episode 5 is the shopping strikes back.
Oh
4 is the new
yeah.
shop.
And then like shopping episode 7 is obviously
Shopping.
oh no, I just had it. It was like shopping episode 7 the
shopping.
shopping episode 7 deal day. Everything's half off. It's friggin' Black Friday, basically. Oh god. Oh, we already made an agreement that we're doing shopping as either we're getting this or just out of game.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, yes. But however, speaking with an NPC for information, that is something I will allow. Hopefully I will not spend too long here.
Okay. So
I say allow as if I'm the DM.
Anyways. All right. So once again, you come across the shop, Witches of the Valley, trademark.
LLC.
Yes. All right.
And what's it? Anastasia is just Well, is doing her usual. Well, is doing like usual. Just what crap? Shop upkeep, and it's just kind of restocking shelves at the moment. As the bell rings, she just kind of just yells over, "I'll be there in a minute."
Wait patiently for her, peruse her wares a bit while I wait to double check to see if there's anything I can A, afford, and B, could actually make use of. Actually, does she sell
right.
oils?
Yes, because that is a component to some spells.
All right. That, you know what? Because I don't want to. The last time I came in here, I didn't want to. I couldn't really shop for anything because I had like 10 gold. But now I have a bit of change in my pocket, and I did make a promise previously that I will hopefully return actually able to buy something. So, I might as well buy something so that I'm not as much of a burden as I was last time. But by the way, how much does what amount of oil pay for? God.
Like
All
one
right.
If
thing
you
of
even
oil?
understand, like, what?
One thing of oil. How much? You're asking how much that is?
Like
Yeah.
a flask, like a gallon.
You know what? We'll just work up. We'll work up like.
A pint of oil is 1 silver.
Oh. God, I could have bought that the last time I was here. How much oil do you think would be needed for a Skirvo?
Like to do an oil change?
That's probably something he should have.
We'll say 2 pints. What kind of oil are you looking for?
What kind of oil they got? I doubt because like while he's looking, Skirvo's going to think to himself, doubt they even have the good stuff anymore.
All right.
The good stuff that apparently lasted him 700 years.
Pennzoil.
Oh no, this is you think you know dwarven oil? This is dwarven oil. They don't make dwarven oil like they used to. Yeah. But yeah. What kind of oils are there actually?
Well,
I'm mostly curious because I'm wondering what sounds better for a machine.
well, you just got your straight up. Oh wait, no. I guess they wouldn't have that here. Well, you got you got your olive oil, you got your snake oil, and you got your motor oil. However, motor oil is not something that they have the giant stock of.
Yeah. What's the worst that could happen? Skirvo mixing oils.
Do you really want to ask that question?
You know what? Actually, academically speaking, I am actually curious about that.
I think
I think I did make a table up for this, or some sort of malfunctions table. If someone were to, like, let's say, magically change the oil inside of your body, I probably made a thing. Okay, what stage do you want? There are 4 stages.
At the very, I'm not sure I need an oil change level, but he should at least do something about the squeaking.
Oh, well, then you could probably just get some WD-40.
Does she sell that?
Harry sells that.
Oh yeah, that's right. He does sell that.
Bad Harry.
You know what? Let's just get a pint of motor oil or whatever she's willing to sell me, because to at least get something functioning in there. At least get something under the hood.
All right.
Of this. How the hell is this running car?
Yep. So you bring it up to the front desk. Let's see.
Yeah. So.
The strange looking witch.
You said it was a
in the
silver
corner.
thing, right?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. The strange-looking witch in the corner just kind of like looks you up, and then just kind of goes back to smoking. You know, she was there the first time around.
Yeah.
She's just here again.
I tip my hat to her in greeting. Also acknowledge, because she seemed to acknowledge my existence, I acknowledge hers.
Yep.
She doesn't seem to want to speak at the moment.
The feeling is mutual. Anastasia gets back to the desk. It's like, yes.
One.
Oh, it's starts with an S. Scurvy.
Close.
No, that's not right. There it is. What did you come in for?
Well, I thought while I was in the area, might as well get some of this, as well as I had a question for you. If there was, if you know of any ways to be taking care of vampires.
Have you tried a silver bullet? I think we have discounts on those.
Oh, no. You see, I found one that seems to be relatively harmless, but I don't want them turning into a problem, you see. So, poor little...
So you're looking for steaks. I think Harry sells those. A tiny steak? Maybe probably a tiny steak.
I find it funny that she just immediately jumps to kill it.
Well, yeah, you said take care of one.
Yeah, no.
Like, I thought you were just being subtle about it.
Yeah, no, of course. So he just goes, no, I think you're misunderstanding. There's a... No, I mean as in caring for one.
Caring for one.
An unusual ask, I'm sure, but then again, I only just today found out this species exists.
You are a strange fellow.
No, I'm just that old.
All right.
She's gonna look up books later and be like, wait, he's like over 600 years old? Jesus. Seriously, he's old enough to qualify for the word ancient.
You think you'd get the senior citizen discount?
Yeah, no, really? Yeah. Does he get any senior citizen benefits?
Shoot, how does that actually apply? You see, that's when you know you haven't thought too much into your setting. It's like, does your setting have senior citizens benefits?
Yeah. Does senior citizen status apply? And more importantly, does it apply to Warforged that clearly should not be functioning at this point?
You pull Social Security in addition to working.
Listen, I can't name a single one of your line that is still functioning. How are you here?
Okay, back to the matter.
Yeah, back to Anastasia apparently being baffled to the idea of caring for a vampire.
Caring for a vampire. It's like, how old is this vampire again?
Young, quite young. Couldn't think they're about. I think they at least used to be a half elf. So if I were a betting man, I'd say maybe. I just want to remember. Because sometimes our information mixes up. Where do elves like age normally until they get to like their 20s and then they just stop, or do they just age slowly till they're about 100 and then they just age slower?
The latter, but we're talking about half elves. Half elves work in the same line of humans where they age the same rate as humans up until they reach 20, and then it just kind of
Okay, so the first
out.
one. All right. So and she looks like in her teens or earlier.
Somewhere around the age of 10 to 12.
All right. So Skirvo, if I were a betting man, I'd say around 10, 12, maybe 13, but that's pushing it. They don't seem to understand how much time may have passed since then, but I'm not one to speak for that myself.
I have a lot of questions to ask. I don't think you can answer them at the moment. How did this
I'll try to the best of my ability.
What kind of person would turn a child into a vampire?
That is something I'm not sure, but then again, it seems a nasty one's chasing her.
Is she stuck at the age of that? Does she get older? Those are baffling questions, truly. What would it be like to be immortal and to forever have a mind stuck as a child? Now that's something I don't want to think about.
I can tell you right now. Apparently, I'm running around 2,000 years, and I've had the mind of an adult, and I can tell you it sucks as it is now. Sooner or later, nothing looks like you remember it. Sorry. This is all new information for me still, and I'm having a bit of trouble processing.
I guess acquire a source of blood, I think. Or something. Whatever she drinks.
Yeah.
I guess just get that for her?
Yeah. She would happen
Have
to
you
be...
tried livestock?
You know what? I'm not sure we have yet. Well, thank you very much. I'm sure it was a very odd question I'm sure it was a very odd line of questioning for you.
Oh, no. It's peculiar at best.
Yeah. Yes, well, I must be going. You have a pleasant evening now, Miss Anastasia.
Likewise.
Skirvo's gonna, if he hadn't already paid for his oil, he will do so, and then make way for the rest of the party.
All right. So I guess the group of you guys head back to the house.
Yep. All right. Oh, thank God that didn't go nearly as bad as I thought it would, in terms of how long I was there. Everyone else?
How was your chat?
What?
How was your chat?
Well, we'll need to try to procure some livestock blood and see if she'll take a liking to that.
Lovely.
I'm just trying to find sources that aren't... He glances at Theron, then looks away quickly. It's fine. Deliberately not telling Theron that he's currently her meal.
You know what? It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Theron seems to be insistent that it's fine. So as long as he thinks it's fine, it's fine. As much as I don't want Skirvo to be putting anything that could be untrustworthy to any of you, that's kind of the best situation right now. Oh my God. Putting that aside, if I can actually find an alternative food source for her, that's That just sounds so funny. That takes it to Theron's grave. That he was eating him. Anyway, anyways, I am giggly tonight. So get the. So we head on.
It's still hilarious.
So we head on.
It's fine.
So we head on. On in, and Skirvo is going to ask Ticker roughly for an estimate on putting this motor oil into into the appropriate systems.
Out of character, I have no idea.
Yeah.
But
Considering everything's rusted shut, it probably, I would argue, would probably take Ticker roughly an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably just to get his casing open. and then you'd have to scoop out what is definitely not oil anymore.
Right?
Like sludge.
Yeah.
Not even sludge.
Yeah. And then he'd have to clean the parts and then put in put them back together, pour in the new oil, and then cross his fingers and hope it worked.
I'm just gonna tell him that it will probably take me well over a day to do it. Probably a whole day to do it, just because there's so many different things I have to do to,
Yeah, that's probably fair. I'll keep this in storage for now, and then for when I can procure more oil, and then we can and then when we find some free time, we can start thinking about some proper repairs.
And
So far, you're the only one I can trust to not just run off with me parts.
I'm going to give the scroll to Paimon with the express instructions to only use it in an emergency. Just because I don't want us to wind up in an emergency situation and have to figure out how to get it to her.
All right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that makes sense.
Maybe a kid, but I'm not stupid.
Anyways,
Now you must ask the question: what does Paimon declare as an emergency?
Yep. Ignoring that for now, we'll file that later. But so I just wanted to see what the rest of us had for a plan of attack tomorrow. Number 1, not sure of any location. Number 1, is Clara awake?
Since it's around evening time, yes, she is.
All right. Right. So I'll ask her the question later. We don't actually know if we're heading out yet or not. So first of all, what does everyone think? What should we do tomorrow?
I believe we should go after that orb the others have found.
If the more orbs we obtain, the more rewards we could reap, as well as gain better favor with Bellatrix.
Mm-hmm.
This is a sound strategy. Perhaps. Does anyone object?
Nope.
I'll take your silence as a no.
Yeah.
Very well then. We'll set out for the... Very well then. I believe we have a lead towards the blue dragon, towards the skeleton in the desert. That will be... If I remember correctly, that was a day trip out, wasn't it?
Yes.
All right, we all have the equipment we need for a trip like that, but problem is Clara. That is a 2-day trip. By the way, what day is it of the week?
In theory, it is still, I believe, either the third or fourth day of the week.
All right, so we won't get here until... All right, so when we get back, I was just worried that that we'd miss payday.
You guys won't miss payday.
Yeah. Okay, so...
More than likely.
Yeah, and as for Skirvo's night shift, he'll just tell them that he's off working his other obligations and won't be able to make it to next evening's shift, which should probably be fine because because number one, it's safe to assume Skirvo's already pretty buddy with the other guards.
Well, the guards around your area.
And number two, they're and number two, they're probably sympathetic to his situation that he's also hired by Bellatros. And understand that he might have to do things like this every now and then.
Yeah. It's more like, listen, guard duty is more like a sign-up kind of thing. They take anyone who's available.
Ah, good. So if Skirvo
it's more
happens to not be-
open-ended than you think that it is.
Well, I've been treating it like my actual job because I don't want because Skirvo's got to get paid. Besides, if Skirvo can build up a good relation with the guards, he can. Then that means if we end up in hot water for some reason, then the guards might actually end up vouching for Skirvo. It's like, oh, he wouldn't kill this woman. I mean, he helps out with the night shift all the time. He makes sure every time he's on shift, I feel safe knowing that none of us will die that night. The only thing he'll shoot are those undead monsters. But anyways, so the biggest issue is Clara.
Mm-hmm.
What to do with Clara for the 2 days we're out? Because I don't think that Clara would be much interested in venturing out into the desert, out in the wide open sun, while we're all day.
Mm-hmm.
So, first question. Would Clara be A-okay with being left... I don't want to suggest this, considering what's going on with her, but at the same time, like, out of game, I don't actually see a reason why it's going to be a problem, because even in game, Skirvo deduced that it's probably going to be a while before Vlad could find his way here.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Right.
getting between planes is not an easy feat. We've established that multiple times in this universe.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how many years did it take Griswold to figure it out?
A long time.
Yeah, it
Long
took her like 300, didn't it?
Though a thing I did was those particular planes were hard to get to. Were particularly hard to get to.
Right.
Yeah.
They're more like, they are very outstretched. Like,
Yeah,
on
exactly.
the edge.
But at the same time, it is also worth considering that that on top of the fact that Griswold actually knew what she was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And Vladimir does not. He is quite the meathead when it comes to magic. And I either use it to help people or I use it to beat the crap out of monsters. There is no in between and no other uses for it.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have scrying spells. Actually, I think he might have had a couple spells for seeing monsters, but other than that, it was anyways, but the point is so I guess I'll just ask Clara. Clara, would you be all right by yourself for the next couple days? As much as I'd hate to ask.
I would think so. Maybe. I mean, perhaps. Probably. I I think I'm good. I've survived a while by myself.
Is she like, okay, I guess I'll insight that, even though Skirvo's been rolling terrible on his insight for everything that mattered. uh, 'Cause I didn't like the sounds of those spaces in speech Spencer was giving. They almost sounded intentional.
I know.
Oh, yeah, that's why.
Most
Figure it.
I now remember why I'm in insight is not Skirvo's strong suit. Oh,
16. I guess Skirbo hasn't really ever taken care of a child before. However, you've heard from someone's story that OOC that if you leave a child alone in a place for a while, don't expect that place to be like fully intact.
we are renting this place technically.
Technically.
This is only, expounded upon due to the fact that you're pretty sure that she has some of the vampire powers, such as enhanced strength.
And as annoying as it is, it doesn't sound like I could probably trust Anastasia with this. Because she seemed more fascinated in the logistics behind it rather than the child itself. Which is fine, but not great for our purposes, which leaves the trouble of figuring out a place for her to be for now. I mean... we could leave her with Halligan again, but that's... First of all, I'm not actually sure where Halligan stays. Like, I've seen him at the museum, but...
Is it possible that I could fashion an umbrella?
Yeah, you could totally do that. I mean, you've made other devices before. I don't see why an umbrella would be, like, out of your jurisdiction of things.
Okay. Do I need to make a check for that?
Well, to see how well it works, yeah, I'd say you do.
Alright. I would make a check. So...
Alright.
That's lower than it should be. Why is that only... Oh yeah, it's my intelligence score. Alright, so I'll just roll a Tinker's Tools check here.
Oh yeah, and I suggest that
That's
while we...
nat 20. Yes, you should set up your own umbrella making business. Basically, what you did was that you took, like, some extra scraps that were lying in the attic, applied, like, some leather scraps from what looked to be, like, some pair of unfortunate ne'er-do-wells clothes, and then some metal wiring. Yeah, strung it together with your forearms as you were multitasking about the logistics of it.
You hear some noises coming from the attic, and then Tinker comes down carrying an umbrella.
Yep.
Is it still, like, sufficiently sunlight out?
Well, I mean, it's sunset, so technically, yes.
Okay. I guess we could run a test with it. Ticker, I think I like the direction you're going in, but we'll have to see how... Clara, would you rather... Would you rather want to come with us?
I guess that would be more fun, I guess. Where are we going?
Well, we're going to go out into the wide desert and peruse some old dragon bones.
Ooh, that sounds fun. Her eyes just light up with childlike excitement.
You got the adventure. You got the adventurer's spirit in you, and she'll, I'm not playing a she this time. Skirvo will do that thing that every single parent I've ever seen will, or, you know, older family member will do with a younger family member, where, you know, he'll take his hand and rub it in her, you know, rub her head in that way that messes up their hair.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You know, the thing that always makes kids laugh.
Okay.
I've done. It's just, you got the adventurous spirit in you, lad. Give her those family-friendly head pats.
All right.
Very well then. I will leave. Very well then, Mr. Ticker. If you got nothing better, if you've nothing better to do, I'll leave Clara in your capable hands.
Say, before we head out, should we grab the cask, the barrel from upstairs?
Turbo will look up towards the attic. Yes, I believe we should. Although, perhaps while we're out, we might, if we happen to run into Gretchen and Hrobnar, we'll have to inform them of the new situation.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think...
Say, do you think we could put it in your bag of holding, Ticker?
Why the devil would we ever do that? We could store it in my ship.
But don't we need a bigger space to get your ship out?
We do, but we can move
I'm
it
going
while
to tell you right now that you don't have any, that there's not a single space in this entire like complex that could hold your boat.
Yeah, no, I'm well.
Yeah, it's like we put the barrel in the bag of holding until we get to a spot big enough to put the ship. So we're not having to carry the barrel around.
I do like where your thinking's taking you.
All of us have crap strength.
You see a few sparks fly out of Skirvo's head. I like where your mind's taking you, lad. his eye flickers a bit. Clearly, he jumped a gear.
I go up and I get our barrel of.
I suggest we do the same with any other supplies we might wish to have.
Oh yeah, the bell I used for the door.
Yeah, other than that,
the
we'll
doorbell
get that in
I
the
will
morning.
recollect.
We'll
Yeah,
do that
I will
in the
recollect.
In the
But we'll
morning.
get the bell in the morning. But we can go ahead and put the barrel of poison in the bag of holding.
Oh yeah, make an insight check.
Who?
Who and for what?
Who's ever picking up the barrel?
Has it been leaking? Or is it just because it's lighter than before?
You notice nothing wrong with the barrel.
Skirvo's gonna come over and monitor the barrel. Assist Theron with lifting it because it is rather heavy.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right.
So does Skirvo get to make an insight check?
Yeah, sure.
Even worse.
Yep, nothing's wrong with the barrel.
Well,
why do I suddenly have a sneaking suspicion Brobnar took most of the contents with him?
I think we already heard that he did.
No. No. I don't think we definitely didn't hear that. But I suddenly have a suspicion that he just.
No, I remember hearing, maybe it was out of game, but I do remember hearing somewhere that they took some of the liquid.
They took some, and they sold a couple vials, and that's when we were like, "No, you idiots!"
But anyways, yeah. Well, I mean, we're handing it off to Ticker anyway because it's his bag of holding. So I guess Ticker will be our final saving grace.
All right, just a sec.
All right, Ticker.
All right. Nope.
Skirvo will just re-roll his insight check when he freaking loads it on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's the only
I-
one who knows where the cargo hold on a galleon is.
Like the
Right.
entire
Well, that'll
bottom
be
3
later.
floors.
Yup. Well, I mean, there is like a room that's the storehouse. It's towards the front of the ship, but it's like close to the bottom of the deck. It's like on the lowest deck, kind of. I'll need to double check, but I did have a map of a galleon open. In fact, I'll go ahead and reopen that map right now. Oh yes, Skirvo heads off to his night shift, bidding everyone a good night.
All right.
So everyone can do their sleeps.
I meditate for 4 hours.
Theron, make another charisma saving throw.
Ah!
Well, he's getting a long rest, so at least he loses 1 level of exhaustion.
Yes.
Plus
Suffer.
0.
So it's whether or not he gains it back.
Nope.
2.
Nope.
Regain another hit die.
Let's see here. How does healing work again?
You can roll 1 hit dice on a long
Yep.
rest, and you regain 1
You
every
can-
long rest.
Okay.
Yes.
Flash R 2d8. Well, I want to roll both of them. 8 and 3 is 11. Wait, 9. Yeah. 2d8 plus 6. 14. Wow. Heal. 15. Dot. Wait. Okay. And then we regain half of them on a long rest. At the end, right?
Mm-hmm. No, 1 on a long rest.
Oh,
Or
regain
1.
one.
Yep, there's the cargo hold.
Lovely. And then, so what else happens because I failed the Christmas save by a lot?
Nothing else.
Okay, so
Just the same thing as it usually is.
it's just the 1 level of exhaustion again?
I appreciate the.
Well,
I appreciate
gain 1 level
You
of
recovered the
exhaustion,
1 level.
and then you finish a long rest, so you lose a level of exhaustion.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay.
I
wasn't sure of the order of that.
I appreciate that there's now a new section of our home screen that's just known as characters known, and it's got all the character tokens that are unused. So it's got Brobnar, it's got Gretchen, it's got Professor Halligan, it's got Pearl,
Where is this?
Clara, and Belladros.
Bottom right.
Oh,
Like zoom it out.
I didn't even see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I know. I was zoomed in to the characters the whole time, and then I zoomed out a bit, and I was like, "Wait, what's this? Oh, characters known. It has everyone."
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think I already rolled it earlier. It's another night of kind of boring combat with a couple of skeletons that just kind of want to get in. There was one specter, but Jeremiah managed to get him with the good old 1-2.
Yeah.
Is Jeremiah either a grung or a bullywug?
Perhaps. Make an insight check that you weren't there for.
You know,
I asked because those are the 2 frog folk race.
there's a part, there's a part of me
There's 2 more. I've said too much.
like
Is
there's
there a guard on this wall by the name of Leroy Jenkins who uses a pitchfork?
how high is this wall again?
This wall's about 20 feet tall.
Okay, because I was just thinking, just there's like certain threats where we don't even use weapons. We just grab a 20-foot pole and we just poke them, just like go away. No, get back. Bad. No, bad. And that's basically the night you described to me.
Yep.
Just no, go back down, sleep. Talking to the creatures of the undead night like they're disobedient puppies. Anyways, uneventful night.
Uneventful night.
Yep, uneventful night. Another day, another copper.
uneventful morning. It's much as like it was the same. It would be like the theoretical Wednesday if only there were Wednesdays. I don't know how I would describe like the last 3 days of the week because it's now 10 days instead of 7. I really need to get that calendar on here.
And then if we were really nerdy, we'd rewatch the entire series and figure out what we did what days.
Right.
I don't know if I want to torture myself that much. Do you?
Well, once again, Clara's just like sleeping next to you when the morning comes.
Well, so how long is the night?
The night's around. I guess it's like your typical 10 hours ish if you count like evening good times.
I would have been meditating for 4, and then I guess I would have. Actually, I wouldn't. I was exhausted. I wouldn't have really done much of anything. Never mind.
So Clara was like doing things. She was checking out the umbrella that Ticker had just given her, constantly opening and closing it.
Might be doing stuff, but I'm feeling a little worn out.
I'm sure you'll be fine, Mr. Aaron.
It'll be fine.
I just picture that it's like I'm feeling a bit worn out. I'm sure it'll be fine, Mr. Theron. Skirvo turns away and bites his finger. Oh god. But the you know what? That's probably another thing I'm gonna have to do later. I'm gonna have to procure some animal blood. See if we can't get a decent amount, what's his bucket? Dragomir's good old wine bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we might want to peruse and claim ourselves one of those, but so I guess we'll do that before we head out in the morning.
All right.
You know what? If the shops are open on Skirvo's way back, I'll go ahead and do that real quick. How much would that be?
Well,
if I even manage to find a shop that sells that.
It just sells the empty bottles, or
you can probably find animal blood because it's like that would use for like black pudding, stuff like that. So, and also I'm sure it's a component in some spells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also entirely possible that they're just like, yeah, we got to drain the blood from the animal when we butcher it for meat anyway. So go ahead. Knock yourself out. Don't know what you're using it for, and you know what? I don't ask questions, and you don't give answers.
Don't ask.
I'll remain happy with this relationship.
So you'll go to like the butcher shop then?
I suppose I should get something to contain a sufficient amount of blood, though. Something for a decent amount of time. Granted, Skirvo doesn't know how much she actually drinks. So, how much do bottles cost?
I think 1 gold. This glass is a pain to make in olden times.
Yeah, glasses are kind of a pain to make. So yeah, a gold. So like 10 bucks. I mean, like American USD, a gold. Yeah, I'd say so.
All right. So I guess I'll get roughly 2 wine bottles.
All right. You find like a local seller in the bazaar. He just gives you 2 wine bottles.
Yep. It's like, I don't know what you need these for, but I don't ask questions.
Yeah.
That'd be the funniest thing. That just because that, and then that goes to the butcher shop, gets the blood. I don't know what you need this for, but I don't ask questions. While Skirvo's leaving, why is everyone saying that today? He even stops by Anastasia. He buys something off of her, and she's like, I don't know what you need this for, but I don't ask questions. Bloody hell, again? But not joking about going to Anastasia's, but so
okay.
Yeah, no, I don't. I have no reason to go back there at the current moment. So after obtaining the wine bottles, I will return to. I will go to a local butcher or something of that nature.
All right.
A shop
Head
that
to the
I am
butcher.
incredibly unfamiliar with, seeing as I do not eat and most likely had obtaining foodstuffs delegated to someone who actually eats. So I arrive at the butcher's. No funny name for the butcher man. He's probably going to end up a recurring character given our current circumstances.
Probably.
Yes. His name is, well, the name of the shop is Jimbo McGee's and Sons.
All right, I'm going to write down Jimbo McGee because he's very much going to be important. I'm just going to have this. Well, actually, first,
Jimbo
I guess I'll.
is spelled JH.
Jimbo?
Oh no. So, yes. So you're at Jimbo
right.
McGee's. What do you do?
I ring for customer service, I suppose.
All right. A tall, grumpy man just stands out. You think he's a human, perhaps maybe half ogre, like judging from his size. Was like, yes, what can I get you? Welcome to Jimbo McGee's and Sons.
First question, are you Jimbo McGee or the son in question?
I am the prehensile Jimbo McGee.
Okay, out of game. Prehensile?
Prehensile.
He used that specific word to describe himself.
Yes.
Well, an incredibly uneducated lad, I can tell that much right now. Good with his hands, I'll give him that much. Well, yes, I was wondering if I might procure some animal blood from your establishment.
Give me a moment. He walks into a back room, firmly grasps a just slaughters it just right there. You hear a sound, just kind of like starts dripping blood out from like an already like bloodied bowls, like, and then comes out with just like with a huge bowl of blood. How much do you want?
Enough to fill these 2 bottles. Thank you very much.
He firmly grasps your bottles. We'll just starts pouring it in. Like, some of the blood gets in different places, but most of it gets in the bottle.
All right. How much does the blood cost?
That'll be 5 silver, please.
Very well then. Hand him. Wait, hang on a moment. I need to check my. Oh, I'm just short. Oh, I'm short a silver. Will this do? I hand him a gold.
He takes the gold piece, puts it between his teeth. Well, he firmly grasps the gold piece. There we go.
I'm starting to see a theme.
He bites it to see if it's real. Gets out like a tiny change wallet that he just has on his side. Kind of looks like a
comically
fanny pack.
Small.
Yep. Pulls out 5 silver. Here you go, sir.
Thank you very much.
Have a good day.
You as well. And
He
I
stomps back and just continues doing what he was before you were here.
and continues his, this Jimbo McGee. I just thought of a Zelda NPC that would probably match this dude's description quite perfectly. He was one of the shopkeepers from Ocarina of Time. This big, imposing, terrifying-looking guy who just sits behind the counter, tapping his fingers against the countertop. I don't remember if he even had a name. I don't even remember what shop he ran. I know that in Majora's Mask or one of them he ran a mini game of some kind. Or if he was like just sold generic items, I don't remember. Actually, no, I think in Ocarina of Time he was the bazaar shopkeeper. I'll look that up later, but we're
but back to the manor at hand.
Yep,
So
back to the matter at hand. Return to our home. And everyone else.
Everything is normal.
Excellent. I love to be able to trust a crew like this again. Give an immediate untrusting glare to all of them. Good morning, everyone. Are we all ready to set out?
Mm-hmm. I don't know what to say. It must have come down with some sort of cold or something. I am exhausted. Still.
I'm sure you'll get over it. Oh, congratulations, Spencer. In your game called Thieves Incorporated, you managed to successfully make the players lie to each other. Oh man. So we're gonna make our way. Make his way upstairs to where Ticker's presumably working.
Yep.
Are you all ready to go?
Should be ready.
Take a look at Paimon, who's obviously still asleep, being a teenager.
Yeah, I'm just gonna mumble and just pull the sheet over my head.
I'll deal with that later. Go back downstairs to where Clara's presumably sleeping.
All right. I mean, she's just kind of like sleeping next to Theron, so.
Yeah. Yeah. Double check with Theron to see if he's ready to ship out. As ready as he's going to be, given that he's lost a pint of blood.
Yeah, and we didn't remember it for the insights, but all Theron's checks are at disadvantage right now. That's what the first level is.
Oh yeah. It didn't make a difference. I mean, it was a 4 and
Oh no, it's
no. When you roll that low, all you can do is go
I'm not saying that it doesn't really matter, but unless he rolled a nat 20, that is.
I mean, that is true.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll. So Skirbo is going to see if Clara's up for our little on-foot journey to the middle of nowhere. Is she also grumbling that she doesn't want to wake up?
Yep.
She doesn't want to wake up.
Oh, well, that's a shame. I might have to just leave you here. It's such a shame. I'm sure there must have been all sorts of interesting things at those old bones.
Like cheese.
No, I'm not talking to Hyman.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. That's why you say the word cheese.
Like cheese, calls up towards the room.
Does Paimon bolt out of bed at the word cheese?
Yeah, Paimon just sort of flops out. Fine, cheese is mine. It's all mine.
I was asking Maddie when we mentioned cheese. Does Paimon bolt out of bed? Cheese?
She's just like, fine.
I'm getting up.
There might be cheese there.
Yeah.
There
Like, wait a
isn't,
second.
you're
And,
dead.
Like, wait a second. We can use this cheese addiction to our own
He's like,
advantage.
it's just like cheese or Jack's or bloody hell, Theron. What do children like these days?
What the what? No, I got to hear what you're saying, Joey.
He stops while listing things and then going and then mutters, bloody hell, Mr. Theron, what do children like these days?
How should I know? I haven't been a child for like 200 years.
You're no bloody hell.
300 years. 300 years, something like that. How should I know that?
How is she able to sleep while me and Theron are arguing right now?
You old men are like, how should I know that? I'm not as old as you, but I'm older than all these youngins.
How light is Clara?
She's incredibly light. Actually, give me a second.
Plus one. Now I'm not feeble.
You're not a feeble old man anymore.
Yeah. I'm not quite feeble as I once was. So
I should mention out of character. I know that we don't know this in character, but Dompiers don't need to breathe.
assuming Dompier.
Well, that means that we could shrink her and put her on the boat and leave her on the boat inside this girl's chest.
I mean,
No, because they are still living creatures.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I thought it was because it had to do with the whole breathing thing,
No.
but
yeah, no, I'm pretty sure.
She's
It's
like-
just,
No, what I'm meaning is a useful part of that is if it
we can
is
stuff her in the black bag of holding.
Yeah, if we needed to.
Yeah. Has
Yeah,
she
she's
breathed?
like 70 pounds. Well, I mean, in like rudimentary ways, yes. I mean, technically, you don't ever see her breathe, but you do see her snore.
All right. She snores quite a bit.
wait, out of character, did Dragomir snore?
All right. No, Dragomir just stayed up all the time because he's a always on edge person.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, how could he sleep? Vladimir was right next to him. I kind of.
He could have slept on the other side of the party, you know, with the great granddaughter of not granddaughter, grandniece of Strahd, or with the platinum dragon and dragonborn who once used to be a dragon deity.
Yeah, but I also just kind of imagine Dragomir like sleeping peacefully for once in his life, turns over, opens his eyes, and he just sees Vladimir sharpening a steak. And Vladimir's just, nice night tonight. And Dragomir, yes it is. Well, don't keep me from your dreams. Vladimir was such an asshole.
Anyways, we have digressed.
Yeah, we've digressed from our mission far too much. We head on out, I suppose, when everyone is ready and sufficiently find a way to get Clara up on her feet, unless we find out that she don't need to breathe, and then we just shove her in the hole. But
She follows behind you.
all right, with her umbrella keeping her from the sun. Are you comfortable, Clara?
Not as comfy as I want, but I guess as good as it'll be.
Yeah. Well, at least that's a start, yes?
I guess.
All right. We'll figure about getting her some other effects later, but for now,
All right.
we do the incredibly ill-advised thing of taking a child out in the middle of the desert. Hoorah!
All right. So you guys spend most of the day just
I
getting
did also.
outside.
In the middle of the night, like I mentioned, I did inform the rest of the guards I won't be able to make it tonight. And it's questionable whether or not he'll make it the following night, but if he can, he will.
Yes. So you guys travel for most of the day, just getting outside of the walls into the actual desert proper.
Mm-hmm.
So it becomes like around 4 by the time you get out. And time to roll.
Roll for what?
Encounters.
Yes.
Keeping those from Strahd, are we?
I mean, they're not the exact same, but I think it's almost required. All right. On kind of like the last leg before you actually, not last leg. In the distance, you see what appears to be a group of camels. What do you do?
How far away are they?
They are about some 200 or so odd feet. Well, not 200. I guess like, what's normal line of sight? Theron, what's the range of your bow?
1,600.
Then they are 1,600 feet away.
Lovely.
Okay, it's camels in the distance. Let's just go around them.
Yeah, I was like, I was just curious how far away they were.
Yeah. It's not like, if I were confident in our abilities, I would say we should try to tame and ride these camels to shorten the journey, but I do not have confidence in our animal handling abilities.
Are these just wild camels, or are these like a caravan kind of camels?
From the distance, however, that's 1,600 feet. They are really just blips.
All right, I guess
you can identify from humps that they are camels.
Oh, okay.
I guess just if we're going to ask that question, I'm going to identify. I'll use my spyglass, which should bring them closer, relatively speaking.
All right.
Do you want me to roll for that?
Advantage on perception checks. Which I guess would it just gives you a check. There we go. It would give you an advantage if it was close, but it is far away, and that would be a disadvantage. So it cancels itself out. So it's just a check. 11. You see that the camels do seem to have some stuff on them, but they don't seem to have anyone near them.
Oh, that's suspicious. I recommend we steer clear, mateys.
It works for me.
Camels can sometimes be very temperamental. We should give them a wide berth.
Agreed. We give them a decent berth around while we still make way for our destination.
All right. As you go to leave, they don't follow you. It was a complete 180. I fooled you again with that line. No. The camels just seem to go on their way.
Lovely.
But you guys get within 400 feet of each other, but since you've given them such a wide berth, They don't really interact with you and don't really care about your existence at the moment.
Yeah,
Excellent.
They're camels. They're just camels.
They're just camels.
Mm-hmm. Until it turns out
Now.
one of them was a druid. It is I, the great Zelensky.
It's like there was sort of a video where a guy was like, "What your favorite creature types is about you," and the one for beast, he's like, "What? Sometimes you wonder what would happen if 2d4 camels attacked the party."
Anyways, so we keep making way on our destination, I suppose. I guess we won't pull out the ship till we decide to make camp.
Yep. All right. Next
By the
time
way,
around.
I guess I never really asked this, but how stocked is the ship? I mean, it was a museum piece after all.
It's stocked at all. The cannonballs are fake, and so are the cannons. You might need to purchase some more.
All right, that's fine.
We can,
But I assume
I don't think we'll have
that
much use for cannons on the ship for a long time.
Yeah, we need to get it flying first.
Yeah. And besides, if we're going to get it flying, we're going to need something other than cannons, because cannons aren't going to be very useful in the air.
Let's see.
They would be useful as bombarding equipment,
Yeah, I guess.
siege weaponry,
Yeah.
artillery against the ground.
Yeah.
As far as like practical supplies,
I assume
there is a sufficient amount of rope and empty barrels.
Yeah, well, I assume there was at least like usable lanterns, because you'd have to be able to see if you're inside of it.
Right.
All right, good. I was just making sure that there was at least enough to have a light. I was not expecting any serious supplies on my vessel. I'm just happy I have her back.
All right.
We make our way.
It is, or at least by this time, it becomes kind of close to nightfall, kind of when you want to like set up camp.
All right. All right. I guess everyone who has the best survivals find a good way to store
Yeah,
a
are there
massive.
any like bluffs or particularly rocky areas?
Yes, there's a lot of rocky areas. Like to the we're going to say to your left is like a large open field of basically nothing but sand. But to your right, there are a couple of bluffs, as well as like a couple of like the small cliffs.
Yeah. Let's climb atop one of the small cliffs if we can, and put the ship up there, so that you have to climb to get to it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. But we'll have to make sure it's steady.
Yeah, obviously. But climb atop one of the ones that looks like it'd be big enough to hold it.
To host my ship. I mean, I think it goes without saying Skirvo knows the exact dimensions of his ship and how much it weighs. I think that would go without saying. He was built with the damn thing.
Yeah.
He was programmed to serve on it. In fact, it's weird that he's ever off it. But so yeah, he'd have to know things like can it do this, can it do that? But anyway.
Right. Yeah, but you can definitely like fit it on top of like this bluff.
All right. We'll All right. Well, if we're making camp here, then here's where we shall camp. And Skirvo will. Clara, Clara, you ready to see the captain's ship?
Wait, you have a ship? I don't see any ship.
He'll pull out the ship in a bottle.
She kind of looks at you disappointed.
Yeah. Everyone else. It occurs to me that nobody other than Ticker saw it convert into this tiny form. Watch. He uncorks the bottle and then proceeds to place it at a decent spot where it proceeds to unfurl itself, once again creaking and shifting in some ways until a full Spanish galleon settles in front of your very eyes, and then also tilts slightly towards our direction. Because, rounded bottom. But it is now settled. Now that's good.
Clara looks like to the bottle and back to the ship. It's like, how did you fit that in there?
It's worth pointing out that the ship the bottle kind of converts with the ship. So he's kind of, so it's kind of, he's just like, now that's, he just turns towards her and, I don't know how to describe that hand motion. The kind of soft wave, just magic.
A dismissive wave?
Not dismissive. Not dismissive. Kind of like in kind of a storyteller sense.
Oh, okay.
Magic.
Okay.
There you go. Not quite what I was expecting, but we'll roll with that. All right. So.
Well, you were thinking about this.
All right, everyone. All right, everyone. Let's climb aboard. Don't be shy now. She won't bite. And Scribble will start up. Right. And then start back down. None of you know how to get back on. How to get on this. He'll proceed to explain to everyone how to get onto the ship, and he'll even help Clara get on.
Yes.
I assume there's a rope ladder or something.
Oh, yes, there is. I mean, it's how you usually get onto the ship when it's, because weirdly enough, there is actually, while it was not common to happen, there is actually a reason you would want to beach a galleon.
Okay.
And it's because you would want to, that, and also for cleaning up, just generally cleaning off the bottom and getting barnacles out, cleaning out the bilge and all that.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't happen often, but it was a thing that happened. And obviously Skirvo knows how to do it. So, which is why he precisely sets up the ship the way it needs to be. So that she can be beached in the middle of the desert.
All right. So listen. So everyone gets on the ship.
Yep.
Is there anything anyone wanted to particularly do?
Yeah.
Nope.
Questions, comments, concerns about the fact that there's a vessel now?
Nope.
Mr. Taker, the barrel.
I'll hand it to you.
I suppose Ticker gets another insight on the barrel.
Yes.
That's more like it.
Hey, what do you?
You realize that the barrel is a lot heavier than I guess like earlier, or at least there's a lot more poison in the barrel than you last remember.
This feels more filled than I remember it.
Hang on a minute. I guess we'll check its contents.
Yeah.
All right. I guess like investigation.
Yep.
Nice. Well, it's not great, but it's not terrible either.
Yeah, then I too will probably do it. It seems that someone has diluted the mixture.
Okay, so yes, just for storytelling purposes, and also because it just sounds incredibly silly, Skirvo actually like dips his finger in, and then like, and then does the motion of someone tasting it, despite not having lips or anywhere for that to actually go.
I mean, purple worm poison is injury poison, so.
Yeah. So he just goes, "It's been diluted. Someone must have poured water in here."
That's not a good sign.
Well, the batch is now going to be less effective. At least we managed to get a few vials. The worst part is now all of this is worthless.
Maybe not worthless, but maybe just half as effective.
I meant in terms of gold. Nobody's going to want diluted purple worm poison.
We don't have to tell them that when we sell it to them.
So.
They'll notice.
Can I make like a check to see if purple worm poison is actually soluble in water?
Yeah, sure.
Nature?
Yeah, nature.
17.
We're saying soluble as in like it stops working in water, or
It dissolves in water.
As in it actually dissolves in water and becomes indistinguishable
um
from it. Just a second. I just want to check something real quick. In real life, venom is water soluble.
Mm-hmm.
Then yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Venom is water soluble. I might be able to clean it up with the right equipment.
And what kind of equipment will you require, Mr. Ticker?
Some form of drying agent. There's a few options. I'll look into acquiring this next time we're in town.
Very well. For now, we'll just put it in storage. Not like there's anything else knocking about in my storage. Servo will recap we'll recap our barrel and then proceed to go below, pick it up and bring it below deck, so that he can place it in the actual storehouse, where storables belong.
There's not many people who could have done that, so.
It's also possible that it filled up as part of our water bill.
Possible, yeah.
Ooh.
Blast it all. Skirvo's just. So yeah, as for what actions we take in the night, Skirvo is going to
night actions.
Yeah, Skirvo's going to initially take a nice walk about his ship again, reminiscing about the good times while at the helm, and then he'll proceed to climb the rat lines and stick the night out in the crow's nest, keeping a watch.
Okay. Anyone else want to do watches, or are you all just gonna let Skirvo do it?
I'll let Skirvo do them.
How long would it take to like walk around the ship and kind of get a sense for where everything is?
Before we go,
like Skirvo isn't like, this isn't like, isn't
If he wants a tour of the vessel, he's more than welcome to ask Skirvo.
Well, my idea was
Yeah.
my plan was I'm just gonna wander around the ship for during the long rest, since I don't have to sleep at all.
Right.
Right. I don't know how Skirvo feels sentimental about you walking into like the captain's cabin.
Well,
Just be
But-
careful with the machines in there, Ticker. Be careful with the machines. You might just, if you're not careful, you might just sink. You might just bring the ship small while we're all on it.
yeah, I wasn't
there a
planning
crow's
on
nest?
messing with it. I was just.
Other than that, Skirvo has absolutely no issues with Ticker making himself familiar with the ship, especially since Ticker seems keen on modifying the vessel.
Yeah, I was just gonna wander around the ship and just keep an eye on, just like figure out, okay, where different things are and where there's a lot of room, and I was just wondering how long that would take me, so I would know if I was able to take any watches or help with any watches.
You'll probably have enough time for one watch, I guess. If you're looking for stuff just on the main deck, there we go.
Yeah,
Then
I'll probably
you'll
finish
have
on the
time
main.
for a
I'll
watch.
probably finish on the main deck, and then I'll take my watch as part of that.
All
Is
right.
there a crow's nest?
Yes. I think Skirvo's on the crow's nest.
Dang
The
it.
Skirvo is I mentioned very.
I wanted
first
to
thing
sleep
that
there.
there actually might be multiple crow's nests. I think.
Okay, if there is,
let me,
Tavon wants
Yes,
to
there's
sleep in
let me
one.
one
double check
really
on a
tall
galley.
one, and then there's one that's slightly smaller.
Yeah. I think I believe on a Spanish galleon there are at least a couple crow's nests,
Okay, the smaller one, I'm going to sleep in.
because there's a fun fact about the crow's nest is that it was a term that originated from the fact that they used to actually keep
Track
crows. Yeah, they actually used to keep crows, and when they got lost at sea, they would release said crows, and the crows would fly towards land. So they would follow the crows, and that's where that name originated from. The name just kind of stuck when they refitted that as a watchtower.
All right.
There it is. Yeah. There should be a crow's nest on the main mast and the mizzen mast. The mizzen mast is the one behind the main mast.
No, mizzen
Yes.
mast is the name for the biggest and centermost mast.
No, it is not.
I thought it was.
No, it is literally the main. It literally goes foremast, mainmast, and mizzen mast
Oh, I thought it was
in that
I
order
thought a galleon
on a
was
galleon.
I thought a galleon was a four-masted ship.
Nope. Well, I mean, it kind of is, but that's because a lot of ships have that weird front-facing post that's technically a mast, but also isn't.
Okay, never mind. Moving on.
It's a weird in between. Anyways, don't worry. When I come up there, I'll just have a diagram pulled up.
Okay then. Theron,
Yes.
make me another charisma saving throw. You guys didn't actually give her like the blood yet.
7.
Oh, I forgot to do that. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Before I go to the crow's nest, I'm terribly sorry. I forgot about that. By the way,
All right.
Clara. I have something for you.
You're actually just like catching this entire thing as it's going on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
so here's what's been going on like the past few nights. Clara just kind of wakes up, goes to Theron, and just asks, "Hey, is it all right if I take some more of your light force?" And you just, under some sort of charmed effect, you're like, yeah, sure. I don't really see a problem with it. And then she just kind of bites into your neck.
Wait, this is
Um,
charmed. I have advantage on saves against being charmed.
Oh,
It's being an
Clara?
elf.
well, yeah. I thought you knew that. Wait, why have you not been rolling that yet then?
Oh, I didn't think that.
You never said it
for
was a charm ability.
You never said it was for
Oh.
charm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Shoot, I said it was
No.
charisma based. I thought. Sorry.
No, it's specifically against charm, not against charisma saving. It's specifically against charmed.
Yeah.
But it doesn't help in this case.
Well, yeah.
That's
Oh,
the net one.
yeah, that's that one.
Anyways, but Skirvo, Clara, a moment.
Listen, so she's like halfway through drinking it.
Yeah.
Yes. And she just looks over as if this is all normal.
Yeah. I was wanting to see if this might be, if you'd take a liking to this, or at least be willing to drink this. I'd like my crewman, or at least be willing to take of this. He'll hand her one of the wine bottles of blood.
And for the trip, by the way, I'm going to keep pearl feds. That's why I bought more rations.
Ah, all right. That makes sense.
And also,
Pearl is happy.
For foreseeable future, I'm just going to keep doing that. I'll keep subtracting a ration every time I take a long rest.
Gotcha. All right. So what's going on?
I was trying to get Clara to drink whatever animal was butchered at the dude's place.
Chicken.
Yep.
All right, chicken. All right, chicken blood.
So you give her the bottle of chicken blood.
Yep.
She sniffs it, and she tastes a little bit, like just puckers her lips slightly from the experience. She's got like this strange look on her face. It's not that of disgust, but more like
It's new.
it's newish, like new. And then she downs the entire bottle
All right.
and then passes out.
Hopefully,
Well, that was
should save.
odd.
Hopefully, that should save Theron from having a.
Yes. Let me roll for something real quickly. The rest of the night goes by uneventful.
So do I still gain the one level of exhaustion or no?
Did I save him from that?
You do not. You
Oh,
saved
hey!
him from that.
I'm at 0 levels of exhaustion, and I could have been rolling at adventures this whole time.
Honestly, it's much more hilarious that she's been drinking you this entire time, and Scrivo's just, no, you'd be fine. Oh God. Okay. So the night passes by uneventfully. Skirvo returns from his watch at the crow's nest and will proceed to wake everyone up. He'll just kind of look around at the peacefully sleeping ship, once again kind of remembering the old days.
And then
he'll make a sound that is probably unfamiliar to everyone on this ship, but to anyone who's a sailor, it is literally the captain on deck whistle. I guess I'll roll a performance to see how loud it is.
Ugh. Otherwise, a guy might come and just throw a rock at you. Overall, it's a good performance.
I didn't do it right. Oh well. We all know that sound.
Is it like the mid range and then very high and then it goes back down?
Yep. Yep, that
All
one.
right.
So Skirbo makes that sound, which is really loud and wakes everyone up. And bear in mind, Skirbo did wait for a sufficient time to set out. Again.
All right. It's around, we're going to say 8 a.m.
Yep. All right, you scallywags, y'all slept enough. We need to make way for them bones. Come on now.
Yeah, let's get going. Despite the fact that I'm saying this, I am clearly not feeling very enthusiastic.
Yeah. But you got a good night's sleep as far as you're concerned.
But
You see, like, a big pair of mouse ears just stick out from one of the crow's nests.
All right. All right, everyone disembark. Let's make good time today. Theron, you're looking better this morning.
Yes. Whatever ailment I seem to have caught seems to have gone away.
Yeah, that it has. It is never. Theron's never gonna know.
He finds out in the
Is Clara still passed out, by the way?
Yeah, she's passed out underneath. It's an on. It keeps. No, it's not an awning this time. It's a. What is it? We're going to say under the sails. Yes.
Yeah.
She's just kind of sleeping there, peacefully.
Even through this captain on deck whistle.
Yes.
All right. Rightio then. We'll just need to. Rightio then. Mr. Chicker or Mr. Theron, whichever. Get her off the. Let's get her off the ship, and we'll keep the umbrella over her, and I'll just pack up.
Mm-hmm.
So we get Clara down, and then and Skirbo proceeds to do his usual process of disembarking from the from the captain's quarters to effectively activate the enchantment password.
All right. Everything goes back smoothly. Everything folds back into the bottle. You cork it. And then the journey for the day starts.
Yep. Place it away, and we continue our long trek. I'm gonna roll for a shanty.
All right.
Not a great. Oh, hey, Dig Dug. Haven't seen you in a while. Just happen to be in the neighborhood. Do any of you want to buy my rocks?
Do we need
Yes, please.
we need rocks? Do you all need rocks to buy for throwing this?
Hyman takes a silver and then chucks a rock at Skirbo.
Yep. Now she'll just buy another one just to throw at Theron too.
Why me?
Right in the back of the head.
I think she's made it very clear that Paimon does not like Theron. Because
Yeah.
That is true.
It is very clear that she despises him.
Anyway, all joking aside, and Skirbo's malfunctioning shanties,
Yes.
we continue forth.
Along like the cliff edge, you hear some, "Hey, can you shut up over there?" As a rock is thrown your direction. Make a dex save. Dodge.
Oh, him.
Oh my god.
What is Skirbo's dex save? As Skirvo nimbly dodges the rock.
All right.
That's very interesting.
Actually, I don't even know if that's high enough to just catch it.
Now we're just gonna say you dodged the rock.
All right. Skirvo just dodges the rock.
So you guys travel
He
the
dodges
desert
it in a way that almost seems as though he's done this before.
It's like completely in step with his shanty or whatever too. He's just going along and it's like this is part of it.
Perfectly in tune with his shanty. What little of it you could hear.
Right. You guys want to check where that rock came from, or do you guys just want to continue on your way?
I'm not gonna worry about it.
Nah.
All right.
Clearly those guys are on their own thing. I mean, unless it's the other party. You know, it could be the other party coming back for the orb.
That could be true.
Let's check to see.
Yeah, let's just look at what's going on over there.
Yeah. Let's see. At least see who's the perpetrator. If it's just Dig Dug by himself, happen to be out in the area, or like the other crew.
All right. So you look over. It appears that give me a second. What is the description of this group of people? So in the distance, it's actually fairly close. So not like that far in the distance. It's just like there. It's another group of what appears to be travelers, and you do see a certain seller of rocks among them, convincing them to buy more.
Good day, Dig Dug.
Hello, my fine. What is the word to describe you that is not my fine asset? How do you do today?
I feel like it would like, just to not initially seem rude, he'd be like, hello, my fine business partner. I've got rocks for all your throwing needs.
Would you like to purchase one? These fine gentlemen over here have seemed to enjoy the likes of my rocks. Make another deck save as another rock is thrown.
Yeah. Skirvo, 15. Skirvo. I guess Skirvo dodges while giving.
You dodge a second time.
Yeah. Skirvo dodges while saying, not at the moment. Here's your rock. And give the rock they threw at him before to Dig Dug.
Why, thank you. He pockets it.
I did make a character token for him, or not a character token. I made a character for him.
Look, I think I did make it.
Mini.
It's so amazing. Okay. He just has the biggest grin on his face.
All right.
Oh, what
this page. Put him in the characters known area.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, did you actually make it token?
There he is.
No, he did make a character token for Dig Dug, our rock merchant.
Boy.
Oh, there's our good boy.
There's our boy.
John's the rock right merchant. There, freaking Dig Dug and his smug face. Anyways,
So, what brings you here this fine day?
Well, first of all, we're out on a bit of a look around, checking out some of those, some of the structures we've seen while we traveled through here the first time. Are these some newcomers, or were they with the previous party?
They seem to be travelers of sort. They live in a town, in a small. They describe it as a town, but I visited there a couple of times. It's not what I would consider to be a town, but it's as good as what you get.
Oh, you would it be described more as a village? Skirbo dodges another rock.
A hamlet, if you will. But yes.
As Dig Dug also dodges a rock.
No.
He
clearly has a sire. He clearly just
allows him to always dodge rocks.
I was just making.
dodge the rock. He clearly just catches it out of the air and adds it to his sack of rocks.
Exactly. He catches it. But the point is that every time we talk crap about their village, we dodge a rock.
Also, every time a rock lands near you, Dig Dug clearly just runs over and picks up the rock and puts it in his bag.
Yes. Yes. Might I inquire? Were you also part of the initial part of the expedition group, or are you just a wandering trader?
A mixture of the two. It's always nice to have a little bit more of a, should we say, salary coming in.
I can agree on that front. What? I can agree. What's your oh God. Water. Swallowing water wrong. Excuse me a second. All right. I'm curious. I'm curious. Usually I don't always see merchants take up such seemingly dangerous work. What are your skills?
Well, I have a few skills, if you would say. A few tricks of the trade, as you will.
A few tricks of the trade, if you will. Sorry, Spencer. Every now and then, if I hear a line I really like, I might re-say it as the Dig Dug voice I originally gave him.
Okay. Shoot. I can convince a lot of people of things that they would not normally do. A bard, if you will. I believe that is my trade. I went to college for 4 years down in Waterdeep.
Waterdeep? Now that's quite the distance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how, I know Waterdeep's a really old town, but it's, I don't even know how much it's changed in 2,000 years.
I don't think it existed 2,000 years ago.
Oh, you don't think it did?
I don't think so.
Oh.
It probably didn't.
Right.
Maybe 1,000 years ago?
Maybe.
Okay. Waterdeep, I'm not sure I'm familiar with that one. Is that a new settlement they've set up? Where is it?
It's I'm not sure which realm you might be from, but it's from what many consider to be Faerun.
Ah, Faerun. Wait, Waterdeep wouldn't have to be that shanty little port town, would it?
Perhaps. Shanty would not be the best word to describe it.
Neither would little.
Well, I haven't been there in roughly 1,500 years, so might have gotten bigger. Assuming we're talking about the same town. Turns out the town, as it's later revealed, that the town Skirbo thought was Waterdeep was in fact destroyed and lost long ago. Amazingly, almost as soon as he left it. All joking aside.
But yes.
All joking.
So, why do you come out here to the desert?
So I'm sure you're aware of the specific articles our esteemed employer is looking for.
Yes, I believe that means you too have heard of the finding of the blue dragon orb.
Finding. Recently, the most recent we heard is that they had a lead on where it was. Finding it was not the description we were given.
Yes, it was. I guess it was general location of where it might be, but I guess that is finding. It hasn't been retrieved yet. There's a few, how should we say, technical issues.
You seem to be rather educated on this. You wouldn't have happened to have been part of this group, now would you?
Perhaps, or perhaps I'm a dealer of information anymore, and it's going to cost you.
Well, seeing as you've clearly got the skills, I was rather curious if you were actually part of any specific group. Is he not willing to give that information for free, or?
Well, let's see. Well, I mean, I guess make an insight check.
All right. As Skirbo's terrible insight goes to a 17, apparently.
Is all right. You're saying he won't give specifics from this conversation, but perhaps maybe you could convince him.
Yes. Well, it's an absolute shame. If you're part of someone else's group, I don't see any reason why you couldn't be part of I don't see any reason why you should be part of ours. It would only mix things up, after all. Shame, really. I'm sure you'd do great along us.
Perhaps, maybe I would. Maybe some coin might, start turning the gears in my head as to who they might be.
I flip him a gold.
All right. Their party was a bit strange. They asked me a couple of things. They headed just down the valley. Down, listen, I guess it's not a valley, it's a canyon. They headed down the canyon valley. The party consisted of, I can't quite remember.
By the way, Skirvo picks up the rock that he dodged earlier. The one he actually dodged, not the one we joke dodged, because I'm not sure that actually happened. But he picks that one up and hands it back to our esteemed trader. I don't know if that's going to convince him to trade more information or not.
Roll persuasion.
Roll persuasion.
It does not.
That would have been hilarious, though.
Definitely.
You just give him back something that was within arm's reach.
Hand him another coin.
What?
I'll hand him another coin.
Yeah.
Taker throws him a coin.
All right.
The party consisted of a rather furious-looking dwarf character.
Him? What? I swear I'm going to get him yet.
How to feeling?
A small corvid-looking fellow, and a druid.
Interesting assortment. But when I get my hands on that dwarf, I'll get him alive.
I'm gonna hand him a silver piece.
He hands you a rock.
I'm gonna throw it at Theron.
Roll to hit.
Can I attempt to catch this rock?
Yes. Or we're gonna make it a
Right.
context. You make a dex save
A dexterity save.
versus Paimon's roll to hit.
Lucky. Wait. I wanna wait.
I'm gonna.
Hits me right in the head.
And I'm going to use Fury of the Small.
You know what? Here's Here's something I want to do, just because I feel like it'd be funny.
Alright.
I'm gonna roll a dex save to catch the rock after it already hit there, and
After it bounces off of my head.
yeah.
Catch it
When
on
it
the
smacks
rebound.
off his noggin, I'm gonna catch it.
But mouse, what you gotta get? Reskinning dwarf.
Alright. How much damage does Fury of the Small do again?
4.
Okay. Theron, you take a total of 8 points of bludgeoning damage,
Ow.
Bonk.
and then you fall prone on the floor.
Yeah, as the rock
I
bounces
get back up
upward and
and I dust myself off. I'm like, tell me, you tiny rat person, what you got against me? Skinning dwarf.
I hand him another silver.
by the way,
He hands you another rock.
I throw it at Theron again.
Wait, 14 doesn't hit my armor class.
It was a contested roll.
It was a contested
It
roll.
was a contestant for me to catch
I
it.
was aiming for the face anyway, so
Yeah, but you also rolled a nat one.
To catch it, this is true.
I feel like it's
You caught
just
it with
really,
your face.
It's funny to me that as soon as it bounced off his head with that roll of a 22, Skirbo immediately caught it.
Yeah.
I got it.
You should-
throwing another one at him.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, that does hit. Yeah. Let's see if I can catch it this time. Ha!
Catch it.
Lucky.
You're wise to the actions.
Dang nabbit.
I throw it back.
You wouldn't hit a kid.
I throw it back.
That hits. Paimon, you take
While they're
5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Take that.
I still see
While
this as
they're,
a win.
some
I
of y'all
got
medicine.
him and he
while they're having their little tussle, Skirbo's just gonna hand the rock he catched rather impressively back to Dig Dug. Rather lucrative business you've got here.
Yeah.
I guess I'll go ahead and roll another persuasion, at least if nothing else. To make him happy.
All right. 7.
Lucrative business you've got here.
Quite so, but it seems to be working. Points to your 2 friends.
Yeah, no, Spencer, do you not know what lucrative means? Or are you implying he doesn't know?
Was it lucrative?
Basically, he was basically saying that this business is going very well for him.
That's what it's.
I thought lucrative is like a very like niche
No.
sort of business.
No, lucrative is makes a lot of money.
Okay.
Lucrative business you've got here. Kind of a stone back. This guy is my favorite. He came as a joke, and now he is here.
It's glorious.
Oh God! I think I think this episode's probably just going to be titled "The Rock Merchant."
A certain seller of rocks.
Yeah. A peruser of minerals, if you will. I have quite the selection of igneous for your projectile purposes.
Anything else you wanted to like talk to him about?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not
He
even
pointed you towards the direction of where. What was it?
Yeah. Are you sure you don't want to come? Are you sure you don't want to come with us? After all, if you manage to be part of the group that obtains an orb, you are susceptible to a reward.
Persuasion check. If you hand him money, I'll give you advantage.
Bribery. That secret ingredient is crime.
You know what? I will. I feel like that's worth it. I hand him a gold. I don't have many of those, but I hand him a gold.
All right.
All right.
That 20.
Yo!
Why are you saying no?
I said,
This dude is sold on Skirbo.
The captain's suave ability. He looks back to you, and it was like, I guess I do have a few towns along the way that I could perhaps make some more money off of. He is sold on the situation. Fine.
Nice.
I will join you for the time being. Give me a sec while I am
joins the party. Finally, I can cross this main quest off my list.
Main quest, jeez.
Yeah, this was very important to me.
Our rock merchant to the party. In combat,
and of course,
his action is solely just casting magic stone and throwing it a whole bunch of times.
Well, I mean, he also probably would be able to use bardic inspiration, which is very good for us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, assuming he's a high enough level bard. I actually don't know how high of a level.
You get that at first level.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. So
And as you level
bardic
up, the inspiration die gets higher.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So clearly he's a bard with the magic stone cantrip.
So you see, friggin' Dig Dug the rock merchant, probably the best party member we can have right now. Skirbo still does the talking, but Dig Dug brings the inspiration. Excellent.
Anyways, so he brought 2 camels along with him. It seems to be a whole bunch of storage goods, as well as perhaps maybe a bag of rocks.
Only 1 bag of rocks.
Yeah. The character I made for the thing. Yeah, I literally gave him a bunch of pouches.
Full of
Like, in
That's
fact,
where he carries most of the rocks.
Yeah. I gave him nothing but bags of rocks. Like, obviously a satchel for all his money, but like I think what I did was I was making it that he's like holding one bag that's clearly rocks, one bag's that's rocks, and the other bag that's money. He's just he's just my favorite. I love him so much. Okay.
Which then transits you to...
Yes.
Listen, you guys travel for a bit until you travel to the Desert Valley Canyon entrance, where you last saw the blue dragon skeleton that's no longer here.
No.
It was probably moved because they probably searched every inch of it to locate where the pearl could be.
Right.
Yeah.
Or perhaps, yes, something more
Or perhaps
nefarious.
it's a lich out of character.
You
Pacific,
guys
which means it's
are
not
the pirate ship
okay.
in the corner because you guys own a pirate ship now.
Where are we?
Each
There we
square
are.
is bottom left corner. Each square
there.
is roughly like the range of what is it? A Theron's line of sight. So you can tell things that are within these three.
All right.
I can go to
Well, like the
1600
three
according to
squares
your
next to
grid.
you.
I can see
so you can see-
1600. So yeah, there.
Goes
2
to
and like 3/4,
All right.
2/3.
something like
I
that.
can see 16 out of 18. 3 squares is
Ugh.
1800. I can see. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where do you want to start heading first? There's nothing visible that you can see, save be for a strange mist cloud in the distance.
Is that what this is?
How much?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, no, not that. This.
So how much do you know of
What?
your?
Let me zoom out. What?
I don't see you.
What's the mist cloud again?
The pink thing.
Okay.
Oh, this way over here.
Alright.
Yeah.
This.
So, are there any tracks?
No, this thing. Can you not see
Oh.
that?
No.
I
I'm
don't
not
see any
seeing
pink.
any pink
thing.
thing.
Oh,
I see
okay.
faded wood here, and there is absolutely nothing over here.
Yeah, it must be on the on the GM layer.
Oh well. Oh yeah, it's on the GM layer. Give me a second. Layer. Map layer.
Okay.
There we go.
Are there
map.
any tracks?
Tracks. Roll survival.
I instinctively go to roll survival, thinking mine's going to be amazing. But that's because
11.
I completely forgot that.
Oh crap.
That one.
Yep, I don't find anything.
Well, actually,
I'll try.
you do find something. You find tracks that lead
Out of it.
this way. I guess like
I'll
I need
try.
a thing.
17.
17.
I am bounty hunter after all.
Yes. Really, you should have added more to that.
I have +0 to survival.
Right. Let's see. So, yeah, you'd see tracks leading out this way. I don't know if you can see that.
Which way?
Oh, can't see
Yeah,
it.
you can't see it. All right, never mind. If I go to this layer, can you see it? There we go.
Yes,
Yes.
that way. Okay.
Yep,
That way.
follow the tracks.
Follow the tracks.
Darren seems to be
On
more
the-
confident than me, so.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes. So I ask Dig Dug, what all does he know about the little snag that they've reached? We should be more than willing to talk now that we're in cahoots to get the same artifact.
Mm-hmm.
Right. In the mist cloud, there seems to be a mysterious structure. Inside of it, there was it. I heard from the dwarf fellow that there is a strange blue glow coming from a receptor of sorts.
Those. Well, I don't need to. Well, I can see from here that those clouds be magic. But what kind of magic will remain to be seen. But, however, I suspect that a headlong approach will only end with us being as frustrated as our dwarven friend.
He's not a friend, you idiot.
As soon as you start talking, Skirvo just clasps his hand over your mouth. Not now.
I immediately smack your hand away. He's a fool. I will make a rug out of his beard.
I'm gonna hand Dig Dug another silver.
I was thinking the same thing.
You acquire another rock.
I'm gonna chuck it at him again.
All right.
This is how Theron
I think
finally
you know what's
dies.
going on.
Yeah. not with a trap, but because we got Dig Dug.
Nat 20. You got a freaking nat 20.
Yeah.
That's a crit.
Of course she did.
I guess. Listen. You take 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
6. 6 or 16?
6.
Okay,
All right.
I wasn't sure what I heard.
I would like it to be 16.
Careful there, Pieman. We need all our crew alive for this one.
Do we really need to?
What problem do you have with making a rug out of the...
You're a fucking racist, that's what it is! Get shit on!
You have not had to deal with this pest before, though. Pest he is. There's no better description than pest.
I have to deal with you, but I don't hate every elf that I pass.
But you see, this specific dwarf is why I hate dwarves with passion.
Well, I hate you with a passion.
You see,
Out.
Yeah. Skirva just whispers. Just tells Clara, and you see, this is why I like to let grudges go unless they're. This is why I let grudges stay between the two people affected.
Ticker mutters something in Thrycreen that basically translates to hard to disagree.
Yeah.
After Paimon says after Paimon is to what Paimon is saying to Theron.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, we're
Anyways, you guys travel a ways. Give me a second. I'm not doing anything weird.
Of course not. You're only ensuring our demise.
Yes.
Not weird at all.
Off
You're
in
the
the
DM.
distance. Right. Off in the distance, actually, wait, Theron, make me a, what is it? Perception check. I guess, like, travel actions, everyone. There we go.
Yes. Skirvo's going to use his spyglass to search around and keep a watch on everything and see if there's anything additional. There it is. Wow.
All right. I guess Theron's work. So, off in the distance, you see, what appears to be a caravan of tabaxi and their groups of camels. They appear to be coming from the direction that you just came from. They're going the direction that you were coming from. Wait, they are going towards you.
Okay. Like, this just keeps getting more confusing.
However, you see them first.
Yeah. Well, I suppose we'll. Now, are they running from something or just passing through?
I guess, like, under Theron's, like, guidance. They don't look to be running from anything. They just seem to be traveling your ways.
Okay. Couldn't hurt to see what they know about the area.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we just wait for our inevitable collision.
You guys travel closer. They travel closer towards you.
Right,
But yes, you guys get close to each other, like close enough to talk.
Yeah, to commune.
Oh,
All right.
All right.
Okay, then.
Wait, are the tobacco? Oh, yeah, they are the cat people. Okay.
Well, they're one of the two races. There's also the Leonin.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just lubricate my vocal cords, which is more
who
care than
wants to-
Schervo's getting.
But yes, as you look closer, they look
Alright.
to be like a sort of trade caravan of sorts, just heading out.
Well, ahoy there!
Wah ba ba ba. Wah ba ba. Do you speak Tabaxi?
Tabaxi don't have their own language, I believe. Or do they under Adamantine rule?
I don't remember.
It's called Paiit.
Oh.
Do not speak that.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Like, technically they have common and one language of their choice.
I mean, obviously, Dig Dug speaks Orc and what was
Common.
it? Yeah, in Common. So, I mean, I think as a bard, he
you,
does
but
have
you
more
know.
languages than that, but
Yes. Dick Dog seems to be speaking to them perfectly.
What are
It
they
is
saying?
kind of like this wobbly tone.
What are they saying?
if
You asked
See-
Dig Dug?
Mm-hmm.
It seems that they are heading out from their village. These are some of the villagers I was talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
They sometimes trade with the people that live in the what you would consider to be the greater pyramid district.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Well, you see, now it's a good thing we hired Dig Dug.
Mm-hmm. Translator.
Yep. So is it possible they might know something about this area? I mean, I find it best to know as much about an area where treasure lies before we attempt to retrieve anything.
I will ask for you. He talks to these. Well, he talks to these tabaxi for about a minute. A couple of coins are exchanged between the groups, as well as a couple of rocks.
They got some people to chuck rocks at. Hopefully, it isn't
Yeah.
us.
Hopefully,
It's a little-
this time.
Yeah. It's a little soon for that. They just met us, and that'd be rather rude for. That'd be all for, like considering that Schervo's done nothing to deserve it. That'd be called for a. He shoots a caravaner. but hopefully we don't have to engage in such pleasantries.
Listen. He looks back to you for a second. What is it exactly that you want to know again?
What were they saying?
The local area, guys, help me out here. What would be good questions to ask about the local area? Okay.
Seen any giant skeleton?
Caves. There used to be a skeleton in this area. Where did it go? And
What's going on with the mist cloud?
yeah, what do they know about the mist? And what about? So first and foremost, we'll ask about the mist cloud and the fact that a blue dragon skeleton seems to have gone walkabout.
It's
yes.
gone missing.
He goes back to the the wobbly conversation. Some more coins are exchanged. He then turns back to you. The blue skeleton is a god of theirs and would prefer if you wouldn't touch his bones, but he seems to shift during the night. It's another strange thing of of theirs. They have a name for him. It roughly translates to the Thunderous One due to things that he brings. As for the Mist Cloud, they don't go near it. Strange things seem to happen in it. I believe it's just a superstitious thing they have. We should be fine.
What do they mean by strange things?
Disappearances. Mostly. Some unworldly things seem to happen in there.
You know what?
The locals don't really want to talk about it, as it seems.
That's a fair point. That's a fair enough thing.
It might be prudent to... How late in the day is it?
It's around 12. We're going to say the one that's closer to 1 p.m.
All right.
Yes, noon.
All right, yeah, noon. So, yeah, that's 12 p.m. Okay, so, Skirt, see if they can at least point us in the direction where the Thunderous One currently lies. We do not wish to bring harm. We simply wish to pay our respects, as these are his lands.
He goes back to the conversation. They
and yes,
say
Skirvo does make some exaggerated gestures, of some form of worship. A prayer form as well as just holding his hands on high.
Mm-hmm.
all right, time to see if Dig Dug accidentally insults. Nope, he does not.
Good.
He comes back to the conversation. He says that there is a grove around. He points eastward around here.
Go over here.
Yes.
Sorry, can you do that?
There's. Oh, okay, there.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
There seems to be a grove of sorts over there.
A row.
Grove.
Okay. That's what you were saying. A grove, you say? So that's where... They say the dragon moves.
The skeleton moves.
Everyone, I suggest that it'll likely take us a while to get to that area. So I suggest we make camp nearby. I wish to observe how this skeleton moves. We might be able to gain some insights as to how to obtain the pearl. Bones don't just move on their own.
Yes.
Sure, why not? Better than nothing.
Thank them. Dig Dug, if you would thank them kindly for their... thank them kindly for their information and wish them a good journey. And tell them we wish them a good journey.
All right. Dang, he's good at this. He does what you think he does. And let's see. And things go over very well. The
Right.
tabaxi kind of caravan just moves past you.
All right. Let's make way for that grove.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I should also mention that, okay, out of character, this area is like a cliff. Like it goes far down. This is a cliff that you could possibly climb up, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
So the black lines lead to just sheer drop offs, and the one or
Sheer drop-offs, save B for like the left side and the right side, which lead to the exact opposite, just sheer and utter cliff that you probably can't climb.
and the brown ones are cliffs we can't climb.
Yes.
Yeah. What about the pink one? What's going on here?
That's a shorter cliff, so one that would
okay.
probably be easier.
very well
Okay.
then.
All right.
Back in character, Dig Dug says, I believe that there is the local said something about a long bridge that spans across this area.
That spans across which area? This area?
This area.
Let's head for the bridge then. I guess.
Couldn't hurt to see if the bridge is still in service. Could make our journey shorter, and a certain someone won't fall off and knock his head.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Not in the slightest.
Dig Dug, roll an insight.
Just out of curiosity, how tall are these cliffs? Are these cliffs on the side?
We're going to say like around 300 feet.
Okay.
We're talking like without like some serious climbing gear, which I don't think you guys prepared for.
Nope.
Well, I do have a grappling hook and 2 coils of 50-foot rope, so we have 100 feet of rope. So, if we have another 4 coils of rope, we could make a rope long enough to just climb down the long way, or we could climb down 100 feet to a ledge and then reset the hook, and then climb down another 100 feet to a ledge, and then reset the hook, and then climb down the last 100 feet.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I was just wondering for an ability I have, but doesn't matter.
Do you have slow fall or something like that?
Nope. I have an ability that lets me make stairs, basically, out of clouds. It's one of my main abilities. But it caps out right now at like 40 feet, so...
Alright, so let us make way for the bridge.
Oh, don't worry, I've been doing that. Give me a second. Off in the distance, let's see. You see a village.
Is that the village you were speaking of before, Mr. Dig Dug?
Yes. That is where those fine feline gentlemen had come from.
Very well then. At least we'll know a place to restock if we need extra supplies. We should be good for housing.
Suit yourself. I don't see that you guys actually brought that much supplies with you, so I'm a bit curious as how you do it. But I guess...
Out of character, the secret is, well, he doesn't eat, and he doesn't eat, and she eats his rations, and then she brings her own rations, and she drinks our blood, and I eat my own rations.
I eat trash.
I was considering the hilarious idea that if I run out of blood bottles before I get Clara to drink, which I need to point out that was a lot of blood for her to drink.
Mm-hmm.
A full wine bottle.
She is a growing girl.
Yep. But
Just
either way,
chug the whole thing.
Either way, I was just picturing that she drinks a Dig Dug next, and then it's just like, and he's like, oh, I think I might have come down with something. And that seems to be going around.
Theron, first time.
Yeah, Theron's like, huh, weird. I had similar symptoms. Seems to be going around.
The Pirates of the Caribbean meme or whatever, just first time.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna.
But she seemed to take a liking to me because she only picked on me because she didn't drink the blood of the mouse person or the insect.
I think it's. Well, I mean, it's an insect.
I think it started because partially because A, you look the most familiar, and B, because Skirvo told her to that Theron should be able to help you with whatever you need. So sorry, I think I accidentally damned you.
Yeah, but hey, you show a lot of trust in Theron. More so than our pyromaniac.
More so than any of the rest of the party.
Skirvo.
Well, I think at the time you were also off doing some other thing when he said that.
Maybe, I don't know.
Skirvo trusts you guys to do what'll help you to escape this ridiculous situation we're in, which, as he's well aware, is unfortunately for you, he's well aware that the only way you guys can see out of your current predicament is to follow Skirvo. Like, I didn't do this intentionally, but it occurred to me that you guys are kind of trapped working for Skirvo right now.
Oh,
He's because under his leadership, you've gotten results. Results that none of the other adventure groups can speak of at the moment. So,
All right.
yeah. That's just some out of game stuff I realized.
But yes. So,
roughly how long will it? Will we be able to reach the Grove by evening?
well, suggesting that it's been 1, 2, 3. It's been 4 hours so far, so it's around
5 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
Or no, it's 4 o'clock now.
Yes.
Okay, so
actually, I can't really do math in my head. In the distance, up here.
Up where?
Here. So like three-ish away. There seems to be a group of really small things. Make a perception check.
okay.
That's a nice 8 you got there. 19.
there's Skirvo's perception.
All right. 24. You see. Oh, I guess it should have been done with disadvantage. No, wait, no. Never mind. You have. Never mind.
Spyglass. Anything at a
spyglass.
distance, a spyglass.
Right. You see a group of chickens.
Okay.
Ooh,
Like wild
let's go
chickens?
kill the chickens.
Are those just some? Do they appear with my 27? Do they appear to be wild chickens?
They appear to be wild chickens from this distance.
Let's definitely go kill them now.
No one will miss them.
Are those?
Let's go
Are
kill the
those
chickens.
wildfowl?
We could definitely investigate them.
I suppose
At
if
the worst,
they're
we
wild.
fight some chickens.
Yeah. I suppose I suppose
Like,
it wouldn't
secretly,
hurt.
Spence is planning on throwing a whole swarm of abyssal chickens at us.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt.
Actually, I mean,
Abyssal
if this
chicken.
is, there are reasons we wouldn't want to fight chickens. Flashbacks to cuckoos.
Flashback to what?
Hey, listen.
Cuckoos.
Yeah,
Oh,
those are
The chickens from Legend of Zelda that if you attack one, then you get
cuckoos.
swarmed by them.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. the
They
cookies.
will.
Never played Zelda,
I
so I wouldn't
honestly,
know.
yeah, no. Honestly, I really, really hope that whenever we do throughout Time Part 2, when we go to the Zelda world, inevitably someone tries to hunt a chicken.
Maybe.
and then it's just
use my navigation rifle and kill the chicken.
yeah. As you
Well, the irony about that is, if you're going to kill a chicken, you're probably going to try to eat it, right? Well, if you use the disintegration rifle, there's just ash left. There's no chicken left.
As Root runs over, oh boy, my favorite! He scoops up the ash and just pushes it in his mouth. Just,
Gonna nuke
No. Bit overcooked.
it tastes just like how Mom made it.
but yes,
No,
yes,
that would be what he would do.
May as well go investigate the chickens, and if they appear to be
Chickens.
actual wild chickens, then
Then we're going to shoot them.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt to increase
them.
our food stores.
And
At the very least, Skirvo's going to need another bottle of blood.
yeah. Okay, so you guys get closer. I mean, you guys want to like make any checks?
Well, I am constantly keeping
I
an
am
eye
going
on
to
them.
sneak up on the chickens.
Well, all right.
Okay, we're sneaking up on the chickens.
I am. I'm. It's also
11.
worth pointing out. I'm keeping a constant watch at them. So when we get closer,
armor.
so if we get closer, it's gonna. If I find something not right, we can immediately turn the rest of the caravan away.
Oh, and in lighter darkness. Okay, this is definitely not
Alright.
either of those.
Yeah. Okay. Actually,
So an 11 to
what is-
stealth.
Yes, an 11 to stealth. Give me a second.
I'm trying to be real sneaky and not being very effective at it.
I don't know what the passive perception of these are. Dang. If only you had gotten one more, then you would have beaten their passive perception.
Ah,
So as far as you are concerned, you are sneaking.
Are they? From where he's sitting, do they appear to be wild?
You'll want to make a nature check?
I mean, I can make the nature check. There it is. Good Lord.
Yeah, they appear to be like a wild sort of fowl that resembles a chicken.
I suggest everyone else makes such checks just to be safe.
sure,
Theron?
nature you said?
All
Yeah.
right. Yep.
Thank God everyone's rolling better than Skirbo.
Ticker knows that something is off. These aren't chickens.
Those aren't chickens.
And
They're
why couldn't I
cockatrices.
identify that with a 27 on my perception roll earlier, Spencer? Or 24 on my perception roll earlier?
Because perception is to identify that they are there. A nature is to identify what their
They
what
actually are.
type
They
of
kind
thing
of
they are.
kind of look like chickens, but they're not.
Yes,
So what are they then? The 21.
they are cockatrice.
Of
course they are.
We need to
course they are.
avoid them.
Why?
There's a group of 5 of them. Why on earth would there be a none of you thought for a second, why would there be a group of chickens in the middle of a desert.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
To be completely fair, why are there cockatrice in the middle of the desert?
They live in the desert.
And like it's just a bunch of chickens. Why should we avoid them?
I mean, at the very,
Go ahead and approach them.
at the very,
Well, I wouldn't approach them. I would shoot them from afar.
Cockatrices. Have you ever
Yeah,
heard of
what's
a
that?
basilisk? They have similar
Yeah.
capabilities.
I put the arrow back away.
very well,
Bummer.
very well then. It's not
That
like
hunter noise.
it's not like it really impeded our journey to
Chickens.
investigate them further. So we'll just continue to go around towards our destination. They were like here or something, right?
Yeah, they're like in the square next to you.
Okay, yeah,
so
we just
you'll be able to avoid them.
yeah. We just go past them. Just keep going.
We'll say that you're traveling.
Yeah, just keep
This way
going
now.
this way.
All right.
Yeah.
Another hour passes. The cockatrices seem to follow you.
I say how far behind are they?
They're about 600 or so feet.
Did they
They're
have they
one
gained any?
square.
They noticed your presence.
Are they in fact gaining? Are they in fact closing the gap?
They're not closing the gap. Instead, they are taking their time, watching your movements. I mean, you can make a nature check to figure out more.
I'll do it.
No, I can already hazard a guess what they're doing.
Or investigation.
I can already hazard a guess what they're.
Ooh. I'll do an investigation. That's actually a
All right.
7.
All right. 23. If you were an animal who is hunting prey, you would think that, and if you just so happen to have just a certain number of skills, such as dark vision, that you would wait till nightfall to strike your target.
I believe they're waiting until nightfall to attack us.
Yes.
Lovely.
Here's what we'll do. We keep moving, and if we can reach that bridge, we might be able to bottleneck them. Or perhaps if we travel far enough, they'll give up the hunt.
Is that your luck?
Perhaps.
I doubt Lady Luck likes us that much anymore. Pretty sure she's. In fact, I'd hazard a guess she has it out for me these days.
Oh, I guess I'll put the thing down. There they are.
I mean, to be fair, it was entirely possible that a group of chickens got loose and just became wild chickens
Yeah, there
forever.
was a village not far from there.
Yeah,
Right.
It could have literally been farm chickens that they were letting out.
It's less. It is.
They're actually hundreds.
It's a half mile. It's a half
Half
mile
mile
from the
isn't
village.
that far to wander.
Yeah. So that's like that's very reasonable.
Yeah, I walk more than that in less time. In like about 40 minutes. Anyways, we continue our trek to
Okay.
let us continue our trek and keep going.
Shoot. I forgot to make the bridge thing. I guess we'll just make a rudimentary bridge for now.
Who knows? Maybe we can convince another predator to go after the cockatrice or vice versa. So approximately how wide is the bridge?
The bridge is, okay, as far as wide goes, it's about 6 feet.
Perfect.
It's a very long bridge.
Yep. Is it those stereotypical adventure novel terrifying rope bridges?
Yes. Without the scenic waterfall in the background.
No, of course. Instead, it's a sandfall.
Sand pit.
Yep. All right.
There's also the classic bridge where it just spans over a massive canyon that you can't even see the bottom of, and it's like darkish. Like Indiana Jones kind of style.
Yeah.
All right.
I assume you guys continue to move forward.
Yep. Continue to move, and then we're gonna have to.
Are there any
behind
dunes we have to go over at all, or
dunes. In this area, no.
Okay, never mind then. I had an idea, but it's not gonna work.
All right. Let us continue our way around.
All right. Setting the scene again. So you guys travel and you see a long, rickety, tight rope style bridge. Well, just rope bridge with wooden planks that look to be that they probably need to be recreate. Well, it's not recreated, but
Replaced.
repaired, replaced. This has certainly seen better years.
Gerbo's going to do the safe thing. He's just going to grab hold of a side railing or something and then just proceed to slowly push weight onto one of the planks and give the bridge a bit of a jiggle.
Perhaps the lighter ones of us should go across first.
As you do the little jiggle thing, off in the distance, something snaps. Sounds
The whole bridge
like a
go?
wooden plank. No, the whole bridge didn't go. It was like just a wood plank comes loose as you see it fall into the abyss.
We all stare at that for a minute as the wind blows tumbleweed past us.
Yeah, that's when I say, perhaps the lighter ones of us should go across first.
Well, I've done more
I
with
think we'll sit. I think we'll call that for the night.
Okay.
this.
All right. Oh, geez, Maddie was sending all sorts of emojis that I never noticed.
You turned off all the desktop notifications.
What do you mean desktop notifications?
I mean, so if you have the Discord app, a lot of times.
It's in
Stuff
Twitch.
that-
It's in the Twitch.
Oh, in
chat.
Twitch.
I should probably
Okay.
figure out a way to turn on notifications for that.
I thought you were talking about the Discord.
Anyways, that is the end of this week's session. We'll be back next week for a special session that you will find out what it is when we start up. Thanks for watching. There's an archive channel linked in the description if you want to go watch archives, because Twitch only saves them for a week or 2 weeks, something like that.
Oh my god.
See you later.